Alright, so we're at Xanthar's Keep.
Right.
There's the crags. Are those mountains to the left?
Yeah, those are like hilly, sort of rolly hills.
Okay.
And the Lurkwood.
And then the Lurkwood to the right.
Right.
So yeah, it doesn't seem like we have enough information. I mean, unless we blindly go into the crags and then I do my sense, or go into the forest and do our sense, then um, what do you guys think? What would you prefer to do?
Well, he's a dwarf, right? So there are only two kinds of dwarves, hill dwarves and mount dwarves. So he probably wouldn't be in the Lurkwood, right? He'd probably be in the crags and the hills.
Possibly.
He's just hiding out.
You know.
Probably doesn't even matter.
My ability. I ignore difficult terrain, and my entire party actually avoids difficult terrain. So we could carefully explore the crags, and and not get that movement penalty or whatever. And I can also maybe sense danger coming, so we could, in theory, try and look around. What's that?
I don't know, I did a suggestion.
Oh.
Yeah, you could try it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if that'll work. Honestly, if we find him, we're just gonna want to.
The other option is we could relay a message to that guy in the tavern and say, can you have Weevil meet us here at a specified location, and then maybe set up an ambush, like.
Oh, that's a good idea too.
Have him come to us.
Except he said he didn't. What he would deliver the message, or we could pay him. That's basically how I read that.
He could have protection with him too. That's also.
Yeah, which we'll be fighting a battle.
I mean, you guys get the sense that he's in hiding and being protected by whatever this group of criminals are.
Oh boy.
So you don't know exactly where he is, like where they're keeping him, but you sense it would be tough to. I mean, on the other hand, they are a criminal organization. They have no loyalties to this dwarf. So if you want to
if we pay him, it's like, how much reward are we going to be getting for this anyway? Maybe it would be worth it.
The bounty on him is 5,000 gold.
Holy cow!
Well,
so
you know what?
It might be worth.
Yeah, I am absolutely willing to.
Can we pay him with like?
We should. I have 144.
We can split
I have
it.
320.
Can we pay him in like adult things?
Gold.
Oh my god, no!
I'm just wondering.
Absolutely not.
Sunset. Go ahead.
Bruh.
I am not role-playing that with you.
No, it's Sunset.
Good
move,
I'm
Nick. Too small. I'm too small.
My god, you said how much were you supposed to be? 150, and how many of us there's 5?
There's 5 of us, so that would be an even, what, 20?
30. No. That's 30 each.
Right.
Screw it. I would be up for 30 each.
Same here. I concur.
I would want to do an insight check first to make sure this guy doesn't run off with our money and then doesn't give us false information.
That's a good point.
So is there a way to protect our investment? Maybe have the condition where he leads us to the outskirts of where this hideout is. Maybe. I don't...
I have suggestion. The suggestion spell. I could just ask him or use the spell on him, right?
You could try and charm. Yeah, you could try and not charm, but yeah, if you have a way of controlling him for a while. But I have a feeling that once you made any sort of aggressive move with him, that he would no longer be willing to deal with us.
Yeah, that's true. Right.
He might turn hostile as well.
Oh, I could do it from like a hiding spot so that he doesn't see.
You're in the middle of a tavern.
You know what? And this is crazy. I can't believe I'm suggesting this. You could do to him what you did to the one guard and me. Make him fall in love with the Weevil and make him want to make out with him. So now we can just follow him to the hideout.
Absolutely not. My vote is to split the cost and do like an insight check or something to make sure he's not going to take her up with the money.
I'm going to have to agree with Sunset, but I mean, I mean, if everybody wants to try it, I'm for that. It would be very
So no, I do
strange,
not
but
want to see this again.
This guy, if he's part of the underground movement, it makes me wonder. I'm sure he visits this hideout sometime. Can
All
Pony
right.
put a curse on him to maybe reveal his location, like maybe secretly send? I don't know if it's possible, like to put a marker on him through a curse so that
You-
we could track him, so to speak, and know where he's at. Does that make any
The
sense?
o- the only problem is that they have to make wisdom saving throws, and if he passes, it's not gonna work.
And he's going to know that you did it.
Yeah.
Will he know, or would it be? I mean,
I mean, I have to touch him to do the curse.
And supposedly,
oh, and yeah,
she's
she'll
not
have to wave her
talking to him.
arms and stuff. She might have to wave her hands and make.
And I think the only person talking to him right now is Dragoon anyway.
Right.
Yeah. The only thing I can see myself doing is suggestion, which is like I can probably hide behind a barrel or something and then do the suggestion enchantment to like go to Weevil's hideout. But then again, he still has to make a saving throw.
but he's going to probably go back there anyway, right? Would it just be possible to just follow him back
Wait,
there?
wait a second. It says on a failed save, it still pursues the course of action you described to the best of its ability.
Yes, on a failed save, as if he doesn't pass the save.
Right, but on a successful save, then he would resist the suggestion.
Oh.
We want him to fail the save, is what.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see.
So either we can pay the guy, we can split it 30 gold apiece, we can try the suggestion route.
No.
Would the creature know that we tried it? Or we can just follow him, just sort of keep
I don't
tabs
think
on
we
him.
can follow him because how many of us are going to have to make sneak and
Oh, that's
stealth
true.
rolls?
And I'm going to
Not very
fail that
many
for
of it.
sure. I'm going to be
That
clanking for
relies
everywhere.
on too many of
Okay.
us to land our rolls.
That's a
mean-
good point.
It's, I
I'm
mean,
pretty good
he
at
may be a
stealth,
thief,
but-
but at the same time, if he's part of this guild, more than likely he's not going to screw us because if he screws us, he's screwing their guild, whatever you want to call it,
Reputation.
the reputation thing.
Mhm.
Hey, does
You
someone
might as
have
well
like
just do
a?
insight just in case, but I think it's better just to pay.
My vote's to pay.
Can
Criminals
Whisper
are
do a
usually
flyover
good.
of the crags, or is it too large of an area?
I mean, yeah, I mean it's
It's pretty
Ooh.
large.
170 miles across.
Okay. Yeah, unless there's a way to tag him and know where he's been without following him, yeah, we either gonna pay him or.
My vote's to pay.
My vote is to also pay. It's
Alright.
to
I
Make
think it's
it
better just to
easier.
pay.
All right, so let's go back to the tavern then, and I guess we'll give up 30 gold apiece.
okay.
30. Yeah, I'll be at 1.
290 then for me.
All right,
No, I'll use a calculator.
and if we do capture this guy, hey, that's 1,000 apiece, so we'll make that back.
A
Yeah,
thousand
that's pretty
apiece.
good.
Well,
yeah,
yeah,
that's
it,
1,000 pays
the
5,000.
bounty is 5,000, so that would be 1,000 apiece for everyone.
Yeah, then we ain't losing this.
That's assuming we successfully cap. I mean, it seems like a 5,000. That's a lot of reward. This guy must
Yeah.
be difficult to beat.
Right.
Yeah.
But so we'll have to assess the situation. At least we'll know where he is at that point.
Okay, so you're gonna pay the cloaked guy.
Yes.
Yeah. Can we do an insight check too to make sure that he's not going to screw us over?
Sure.
I'm
Okay.
okay at inside checks. I get
King.
+3, I think, right?
My insights are on point today.
Wow.
Yeah. There we go.
Excellent.
Oh, my insight is just terrible.
I think that's 3 in a row for you, Sunset, right?
It is.
Or 4 in a row. That's
It's
very
3
good.
in a row, which is gonna suck for my combat. I'm gonna have like nat misses.
Well, you never know. You never know.
I mean, the fact of the matter is that the guy is a criminal, and can you trust him? You can only hope so, right? You
Good point.
That's the only downside of paying this guy money. We don't know what he's going to do with it.
Yeah.
All
But
right.
what other options do we
Well,
have? You know.
All right. So can you at least lead us to the hideout, or at least the outskirts of the hideout, so that we wouldn't be seen.
The way I heard it, understood it, he was going to just give him up. So maybe he'll just bring him to us.
Well, if he disappears, we may never see him again, and then our money's gone. So I want him within our sight at all times, so that doesn't happen. You know what I mean?
Okay.
He might want more gold if we asked him to bring him to us.
Yeah. So
Well, I mean, we could ask him how much gold would it take for you to bring him to us?
well,
No,
how about
then
this?
no.
No.
Let's just go with this route.
Probably.
Let's
First,
just go this route,
All
see
right,
what
here's your
he
money.
does.
Where is the hideout?
This is deep within the Lookwood.
The lurk.
Ah.
Interesting.
I was wrong.
And you're gonna have to show us where it is then.
Yes, you may follow me.
All right. Make sure you do not send us directly to the front door. When we start getting close, you need to let us know so that we can assess the situation from there. Whether or not he actually agrees to do that is a different story. Can he read maps, or do we have a map of the area? Can he point to a general location of this hideout?
From the way that he spoke, he's saying that he's just going to lead you there.
Okay.
Yeah, he's just gonna let us.
I'm gonna make a map of the Lurkwood area as well and add it to my map that I'm making.
All right. So
Letting the party know.
let's follow him then. I'd like to keep my sense up to detect humans, orcs, and giants. I know the radius isn't that big, but I kind of am afraid of an ambush. This guy could be leading us into an ambush or a trap or something. So if anyone has any sort of abilities to sense danger, now's the time. Okay.
Well, I do have a high perception. Would that count? Or is that just like a general all use?
Yeah, it's not going to give you like supernatural insight about what's going on or whatever. But
Okay.
Yeah.
I can
Okay.
do a major image, like a person walking. Maybe that could like coax out, I don't know,
Well,
people.
why don't we wait till we get there first?
Oh yeah.
All right. So, yeah, let's go ahead and follow him. And I'm curious to see where this takes us.
okay, so you guys are going to follow him?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yes, carefully. Again, with my senses up, and I want to know. I'd like him to tell us when we're getting close.
Okay. So you guys are, he leads you down this, like, it doesn't even look like he's following a path. He's just going down into the woods. But he also seems like he's, like, is walking with purpose. Like he's done this before. It doesn't look like he's just, like, walking randomly into the woods, basically.
Mm-hmm.
But there's no path. And after a few miles, Saberwolf, you start to detect a concentration of humanoids or humans. It seems to be like 6-ish in the direction that you're walking. And as you get closer and closer to this sense of these humanoids that you're sensing, he says, "We are approaching now."
All right. So from here, guys, what do you want to do? Do we off this guy, no witnesses, or do we just say thank you and have him go back and watch him go back in the direction of the Xanthral's keep, so he's not warning Weevil that we're coming?
I vote for the latter.
Well, isn't he like friends with Dragoon though?
Well,
Yeah.
he's. Yeah. He doesn't. All we're doing is delivering a message. He doesn't suspect that we're there for anything else. That being said,
That being said, like you said, he had no loyalty in the way he said it. 150 gold.
Yeah, he
pieces,
just-
that's all he's paying me. He don't give a shit.
Yeah.
He's gonna go on his merry way, like he didn't do anything.
All right. So, all right. So we'll just say thank you. I appreciate it. We'll take it from here, and I'm curious to see which direction he goes.
He's going to keep walking with you guys.
Oh.
Oh, really?
He's intending on going to the hideout as well.
I don't.
I mean, it's his.
Don't like. Walking into this hideout is suicide. I think we need more information first before we do anything. But
Or we just set up an ambush and
being surrounded by whatever's in there, probably not the best.
No.
So can we?
wait. There's 6 or 7, so the way we would have to do that is people sit outside, some people go in. If in case we do it for
Can
kill
we? Do we have the ability to just knock out the guy, like surprise knockout, knock him out for a couple of hours, and then assess the situation from there? I mean, he's a criminal.
right?
We're not killing him, but we also don't want him alerting. We don't want him turning on us in the heat of battle either. So, can we?
I mean, if you
Just when he wakes up, though.
That's
if you
rude.
want to try to do that, you have to reduce him to 0 hit points. There's no other way to knock somebody out.
Oh, so it's not like a surprise, bam on the head, you're out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Called asleep. You would have to have a sleep potion, which I don't think anyone's here can cast sleeps.
If you could do that, I would have done that to you guys long ago.
Wow. So what do you guys think? I personally, walking in there without knowing what we're up against may be a bad thing because we could be surrounded.
The best idea is to have one person, in my opinion, would be go one person in.
No, splitting up is terrible.
Because here's the thing: if they some reason go for combat, we'll have people already in position to combat.
But if one person goes in and the remaining stay outside, that one person could be taken hostage, and then we'd have to barter for them and try and rescue them.
I would say at least 2 people go in, and then
No, splitting up the party is bad because we rely on each.
That one.
No,
We're not to split up.
don't split up. We need to stay together. That's how the people get killed in the Scream movies. You know, I'm just saying, just stay together.
just stay at least in pairs.
Stay together.
So wait, do we see the actual hideout, or are we just like in the
We're just
vicinity
near
of it?
I mean, you guys can see maybe as it starts to get darker, I suppose, maybe like a campfire ahead or something like that
Okay.
through the trees.
And looking at this guy, does he appear to be like strong, tough, or? I mean,
Armed.
I'm guessing he's just like a regular brigand of some kind.
It's hard to tell because he is pretty much concealing himself with his cloak.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't look like he's a pushover.
Is his cloak billowing?
No,
Yeah.
it's far inferior to your cloak.
All right.
So,
We have 2 options here. One is we can all approach and try and talk our way through this entire conversation, but the whole point is to capture Weevil. At that point, we're going to be in combat, and at that point, we're going to be surrounded. I say we all converge on this one guy, knock him out, and then use Whisper to fly over, see what's there, and then make a tactical decision from there. That would be what I would do.
Instead of can we convince him not to go with us?
Well,
We could try. I mean,
try
That
that.
might be easier than knocking him out and making a scuffle.
Yeah.
I mean,
Right.
does that not seem suspicious to you? Like, hey, come bring me to your guys' hideout, but no, I don't want to go with you anymore.
I don't trust this guy. I mean,
the
I don't want him
is,
double backing to the hideout.
We just paid him money, and he really was offering just to sell the guy, which means he has no reason to defend.
He has no affiliation.
Yeah, he has no reason to.
On the plus side,
just
only
hired
going after
people.
one of them. Are we close enough to the hideout to where any sounds could be heard by the remaining camp? Like, how far away are we from this hideout?
You guys are probably like 100 feet out or something like that.
So they couldn't. If we were to all gang up on this guy, it's very doubtful that they would hear that.
Can we pay the thief?
Yeah, we just paid
money. Yeah, but
we
can
can knock him
pay
out and take his money back.
No. Can we pay him a little bit more money to go and get the guards so that dwarven guards can come here and give us backup, or by the time the combat finishes,
He's a
they can
thief.
come
He's
here?
not gonna
Yeah.
go get guards
True.
to arrest his own guild.
Well, I think his guild isn't associated with Weevil. Weevil just paid them the
No,
guard.
he was
we
part
just
of the
paid-
underground.
No, the guy Weevil isn't part of them. But what I was reading on that, literally, it's we paid the guy to turn him in, basically,
What?
because the guy has no association with the guy.
No,
that's why.
where do you
said,
get
"I'll pay for the right price."
Vinny? No, what he said was When you're talking with him at the bar, he said, "Yes, our guild or what." It sounded to me like he was part of Weevil's organization.
No.
No, it's
He's
he
not.
even said it. He just said on the conversation that he'll pay money for the right price to basically you can have him.
So why does this
Which means
thief want to go to the
Weevil
hideout
the
if he's not
Weevil
affiliated with him?
because Weevil paid them to protect
Right.
Weevil. But since we just paid,
Okay, but he's still
to
affiliated.
get him.
But okay, so regardless of whether or not he's directly involved with Weevil
Yeah, but
or
we just-
hired by
basically-
him, either way, if something goes down inside that keep, that person that just led us to the keep is going to turn on us in addition to whoever else we have to fight in there. So by taking one out now, we're having less to fight later. That's
but
the way I look at it.
But here's the thing: we just said that they would. He really just willingly gave like Weevil up by just paying. That's literally what the reason why we just paid is because he doesn't care.
No, he
They
only
don't care.
gave us the location of the hideout. We
But
didn't
he
tell
just
him
said
about.
you can have.
We
yeah,
didn't
he
tell
just said
him
you
that
can
we're.
have them.
All right, I'm not going to argue. What would everyone like to do?
Do we want to ask him how much gold it would take for him to just turn him over to us? Would that be a good idea?
That's what you guys just paid him for.
Oh, I thought we just.
I just said that.
Well, no, we paid the.
We paid him to turn
Vinny,
Weevil
can I
over to
speak,
us.
please? We paid him so that we would get the location of the hideout. We didn't pay him to turn on his boss and hand deliver him to us, and then so that way we can turn him in. Those are two completely different things.
Nick just said we just
Said
we just
that's
paid
what we
him
for.
to get into. I just said that.
Yeah.
Can we just get clarification from the DM of what's going on?
That's what
Okay,
he said.
here's
That's-
the order of events. Okay, you guys found this shady character in the bar, right? In the whatever, and you guys spoke to him about Weevil. He says he knows where he is, right? He says we are being paid to protect him. He says, but if you match his payment, I will bring you to him. That's where we're at right now. He brought
Right.
you to the hideout where they are hiding Weevil.
Bringing us to him is one thing. Giving up Weevil and getting him captured is something completely different. So what I'm
point.
saying is, knock this guy out now before he turns on us later, and then that's what I'm saying. But what do you guys want to do?
We can just ask him.
We
Just
could.
ask him if he could. Okay, that's where the hideout is. Will you turn before we get there? And then if he doesn't, then we can consider whether or not just to try and knock him out or.
Nick just said he wanted to continue walking with us
Mhm.
in the
Right.
Yeah,
direction of the hideout.
he's. I mean, this is his hideout too, right? Like this is where he's going.
Why don't we just ask him just to hand Weevil over?
Yeah.
Like,
In doing so, he could then warn Weevil that people are after him.
he's-
He could double cross us. I mean, this guy is not to be trusted. He's a thief. You know what I mean? We can't trust his kind at all. We
But
got here at least.
Yeah, but I mean, they're like, only language they speak is like gold. They want gold, right? So, I think they could betray anyone if somebody paid them enough gold.
yeah,
But, that's just my insight.
Well, I think we've paid enough gold. I mean, if someone wants to pay more gold, I mean, again, there's nothing to stop this guy from, okay, let's pay him to go in there and possibly bring Weevil out to us. What's to stop him from keeping our money and then him warning Weevil that a party had just asked me to go in there and take him back out? Like, he could double cross us and keep our money. There's nothing to stop him from doing that.
That's true. I have 290 gold. I'm willing to, ask him, well, would you take 290 gold to just, have you and your compatriots just hand them over to us and just be done with it? What do you guys think? Do you think that would work? Or
that would then tip our hand that we're there to apprehend him. As far as he knows, we're just delivering a message. So do we really want to tip our hand now?
But then we would be fighting only one person instead of like 6.
Yeah. Most likely, because
All right. Well,
And that
if
one
we can
guy
position
is probably
ourselves
gonna
in
be-
such a way to where we're surrounding him and he can't move, and then we ask him, that's whoever's been quiet up to this point. Feel free to speak up.
What do you guys think about that idea? Think that's a good idea? Think they would work?
I personally, I don't think. I mean, that's a lot of gold.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm willing to part with it.
Can
Mm,
what about that suggestion or curse? Can that work for us in any way?
the curse. I was thinking of just like if I can see Weevil, I can probably do a suggestion and have him just like follow us. You know, that's all, and then we just take him, turn him in. But that's
If it were
if I
that
see
easy,
him.
he wouldn't be
Yeah.
worth 5,000 gold.
Yeah.
But that's the thing, like
Yeah.
if I can see
let's
him.
just kill him.
I'm bored. Let's just kill the guy.
Basically.
We can knock him out. Let's surround
Oh,
him
God.
and then all just gang up on him. Surprise
Oh.
round, knock him out. And then let's do a proper investigation of the place. We can have a whisper fly over, get a head count maybe, something. Just to see what we're up against.
So do we
And
have
I
a
do
If we don't
detect-
actually kill him and we just knock him out, then he's probably gonna turn on us.
Yeah. And like all his thief friends are
He's
definitely
gonna,
gonna.
he's gonna.
turn
Well,
on
no
us.
one can see except no. Right
So
now,
what are,
Mhm.
what are the options then? Try and apprehend the one who's taking us there, or ask him to turn around, or give him up, or
yeah. So the
something?
options
All
are,
right.
the options are take him out, whether we kill him or knock him out, whatever. Another option is pay him to possibly turn on his master, double cross Weevil, and somehow trick Weevil into coming out. And then maybe some magical means through a curse. Walk in there with the entire party. Walk in there and then hope that we can do some crazy deception, persuasion, whatever, and then magical stuff to get Weevil to come out without a fight. Those are our options, and I think our best option is the cautious approach. That's just me personally.
And the cautious approach is to turn on the person who is taking us there.
Right, just temporarily knock him out, and that way we can further see what this hideout's all about. But
how long would it take to knock him out? I mean, because he could, alert his compatriots too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and they can hear like the commotion.
can they,
inside.
though? I mean, that's why I asked how far away is the keep, or how
Either way,
far away is the hideout from where we are.
Probably not.
But you gotta have
if
some
he
type
were
of
to
device.
if he were to
Oh,
yell
that's
for
true.
help, would
Yeah.
his
Well, every
compatriots be able
time
to hear it?
Xana gives somebody else inspiration, I'm more than 100 feet away, I still get it. So the way I see it is they're going to hear the commotion.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, if this guy was to scream at the top of his lungs, maybe they could hear him. You're not 100% sure.
Well,
Or we just pay him. I could pay him 290 gold.
You want to pay
I
everyone
mean,
off.
do we want to
I
fight
mean,
or
that's how
do we want
things
to?
work.
Yeah,
Have we pay him, or we just go in? Because I don't think
If we,
apprehending him is going to work.
right. What do we want to do?
I
Do we
just
want to
said-
fight
I
or
don't-
not fight?
I think going in there is, again, we'd have to talk our way past everything. And on a bad roll, what's to stop Weevil from apprehending us or attacking us or whatnot?
Oh, there's how many of us? We got it.
Five.
Yeah,
I
no,
said
that's fine.
one or two people go in.
No,
That way-
Benny,
No,
we're not
we're
splitting
all.
up.
They're not going to split up. He already knows we're here. I say we just go in. You can either try and pay him, or we just go in.
Yeah, I'm just
Yeah.
gonna go.
What's our vote?
I want to go in.
Is this hideout, and I'm looking at it, is the hideout, is it surrounded by walls and there's a gate and everything, or is it just
No.
like an open campfire kind of thing?
I mean, you can't fully see it from here, but it doesn't look like it's like an actual settlement or anything like that.
All right. I didn't want to get locked behind some wooden wall that we couldn't get out of. You know what I mean? I want to be surrounded and then have the inability to escape if we needed to.
No, it's open.
All right. So we have a couple of votes then for just continuing on.
Just go. Let it go in. We can try.
What's all right? So what's our message going to be?
That he needs to come with us for some reason. Family emergency. I don't freaking know.
Wow. We need something airtight. I'm just saying.
Your mom is very sick. She needs you now.
Yeah, right.
Basically.
Right.
What if we lure him with like a place, a supposed place that has treasure?
Oh, yeah. Like, no, we have a better hideout.
Perhaps they'd like a performance. I don't know.
I would say like kind of similar to the Green Dragon, where like there's a big hideout, I guess, that has a ton of gold. You know, maybe we should have trapped it.
I don't know. I just say we go in and see what happens.
How would we apprehend him with that fake knowledge? Like, we have to apprehend him, right? That's our goal, is to capture him. So how do we separate him from his party by walking in there? Like, how do we do that?
Hill's party.
If we're gonna do that, then why not just kill this one now so that we don't have to deal with him later? Like, that's my whole point. If we're going to attack the rest of his party,
because then he can hide somewhere else or take off.
So what's the consensus here?
I don't think there is a consensus. We are staying true to our party namesake.
Yes, we are.
Crap.
I think. See, me personally, reducing the odds now so that a fight is easier later. I'm all for that. The only reason to continue walking in there is to continue the charade that we're not there for anything else other than to deliver a message. But if we can't really come up with something that gets him away from his party without a fight, then I don't know what the point of walking in there is. We need some way to... We need a ruse to get him out of there.
Okay, so here's an idea that might help, okay? So what if we do that? What if we attack this guy and we succeed in knocking him out, right? But then he, like, yells at the top of his lungs. His other friends come to fight us. But then the Weevil flees deeper into the forest, and he vanishes. You know, how are we gonna find him then? You know, what if that happens?
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
what if I try to take Weevil and seduce him? You know,
that might work.
Oh my god.
Who knows?
No. I mean, it's gonna suck having an extra person to fight, but at least if we go in, we can see everybody there.
He might like
Is there... Okay, so can we come up with any sort of tactical... I'm looking for a way to... We've got the jump on them. We've got the opportunity. We've got the surprise, right? Because they don't know what we're doing. Is there some way to turn this surprise to our advantage? Is there something we can do to give us an ace in the hole? Some sort of thing in our pocket that we can pull out in case crap hits the fan? Is there something that we can do without just blindly walking in there and seeing what happens? Is there anything that we can take advantage of now?
Think of it this way, though, too. You have to realize that he's turning on his person already by showing us where he is. So the other people might not take too kindly to him once the fight breaks out. I might start attacking him.
Yeah. Good point.
What are you trying to do with that major image, hun?
I have no idea.
You just wanted to link it?
I wanted to see, I don't know, I'm thinking of conjuring up like a bearded dwarven lady, you know, to seduce him and take him like into a corner, and then that way we can ambush him, Weevil, and just capture him.
You could use the image of the dwarven woman who you spoke to earlier.
Exactly.
Wow.
There you go.
How?
My vote's to go in and try and convince him to come out. Whether it be like a family thing, or seduce him, or say that there's gold somewhere, or something.
I would come at this from a greed standpoint, only because if it was going to be a seduce thing, then why is the rest of then explain the rest of the party and why they're here.
Yeah, that's true.
At least with we need your help to together capture this great treasure,
Mhm.
whatever, at least that would explain the entire party's presence.
Mhm.
So we could, but someone with a higher persuasion or deception would need to talk because I suck. So, you guys, if that's what you want to do, I will follow. And yeah,
I think Xana has the highest
Yeah.
persuasion.
A persuasion of 5, so
Have
Wait,
one
what's mine?
persuasion.
I have a persuasion of 4, but it says, what do I have? I have silver tongue. When I make a charisma or deception or persuasion or deception check, I can treat a d20 roll of 9 or lower as a 10.
okay.
So do we have a consensus?
Yeah.
Sunset wants to go in. I want to pay. What does everybody else want to do?
I kind of want to go in.
if
just to see
we
what
if
happens.
we do combat,
That's 2.
one person we could do is one person. It would say hell breaks loose and they signal somehow, and they have one person goes after Weevil.
Mm.
So one person will go in after him. That way, even if the fight is over, we know where he is.
Again, one-on-one is
one-
not smart. I don't think that's because if we get separated and something
Yeah.
happens to that person, we can't revive them. Death
That
is a
is
real
true.
thing in this game. I'm just warning you.
That's true.
And
But-
I'm not going to be happy
but
about
the
this,
thing
my
is-
character.
If we let's say, like for example, I could just stealth and chase him down while stealthy and not get seen, or I can just stealth attack him and hopefully.
It's not going to work to have just one person go in anyway, because the person who is leading us there knows that we're all there.
Yeah, but
All right. So if everyone wants to just go in there, I guess we'll just keep going. I would prefer to have some kind of ace in our pocket somehow, just to, there's got to be a way we can prepare and buff up in some way. Do we have any spells that we can cast now, or anything that would help us prepare for the combat ahead? I have a feeling that's where it's leading.
Yeah, well, most likely.
My spike thing, it says I through concentration up to 10 minutes. Obviously, that would be noticed. Can I use a spell slot to, before combat, designate part of the ground that I want to raise? Or how does that work? Or do I need...
I mean, you can plan ahead, but you'd still need to use that action to actually cast it.
Okay. Gotcha. All right. Well, I don't want to hold up the game, so if the general consensus is walk in, then we'll just do that.
Are your arrows poisoned?
we could poison. But
Does anyone have poison? Well, we would want to. I don't want to poison an arrow in case I miss. I would rather poison a blade, like say, Bernane's sword. That way, it's a constant, damage rather than a one chance to hit kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So if we want to poison the blades now, but then again, what if this guy sees us doing that?
Gonna probably notice.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If he's walking with us, so.
there's no way to be secret.
Right.
It's fine. Let's go in.
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
Are you going in?
Wow.
Yes.
We're going in, I guess.
All of,
Weevil!
We're like
Lord.
recently.
You guys really take that party name to heart. Good lord.
That was the whole 10 minute soliloquy about.
Okay, so time unfreezes, and you guys continue following this cloaked figure as you approach this campsite. Now, as you walk in, you see several people, some of them human, the ones that you detected, and other races out and about, sort of doing things, collecting wood, and that sort of thing. You guys see this big, well, not big, this modestly sized, almost like cottage or something like that, which seems to have been recently constructed. And as you guys start approaching this closer, the rogue, the rogue or whatever, the cloaked figure, says, "In there you shall find my master and the dwarf." And you guys start walking towards it, or if you can start to follow him towards that.
Okay.
Okay.
His master and the dwarf? Oh, crap.
I think
Okay,
he
so
meant the
he
same
starts.
person.
No, he said my master and the dwarf.
Oh, okay.
Oh boy.
Who are
So
these?
he starts.
What are these? Okay.
Yeah, so you see these people who are sort of milling about doing their day-to-day duties. They seem to be wearing. They're like robed, but not like they look pretty different from the man that you're following. Like this guy looks like pretty darkly dressed, in very roguish-looking clothing, while these guys look like they are. They have these robes on underneath. You catch glimpses of like leather armor underneath, and they seem to have like these like undersea motifs. Like there's like shells imbued or not imbued, but embroidered on some of their armor and cloaks and that sort of thing.
Okay.
So he's just gonna keep on walking.
All right. Um, I I can't emphasize enough that we could be very easily surrounded if we continue. Just saying. What do you guys want to do? Just follow him down, or what?
What do you want to do? First
I've already
off?
made it clear what I want to do.
Oh, okay. You want to knock his ass out. Okay.
It's too late now, but
I know.
I still think this is an extremely bad idea. But again, I don't want to. This isn't D&D for me. This is D&D for everyone.
Mhm.
So if the general consensus is to do something, then I'll follow. But I'm very against this decision. So
Well, what else?
are we following him? Is that what we're doing?
Well, first, I'd like to see if I could do a tactical assessment on these creatures here. Do we know what these creatures are, Nick? Or
They're humanoids. Some of them
Humanoid.
human. There might be like a halfling among them, half orcs, that sort of stuff.
okay, so they're basically common then. They're not anything exotic or
No, they seem to
okay.
be fairly common races.
Okay, they just look really strange. The tokens just look really strange. Okay, all right.
Yeah, like they do have like these sort of like, I wouldn't say like extravagant, but definitely like unique garb that they seem to be wearing.
Okay, gotcha. All right. All right. So what do we want to do?
Well, we have no choice but to
We
follow
wanna-
him. If we're gonna talk to this guy, we have to follow, right? Unless we have one of two
Only
options
choice.
now.
We can just sit there and I mean
He's
we
here,
can
right?
stop where we are and just
Let him come to us, or just
let
shoot
him
him
come
from
to
here.
us or just shoot him from here.
We haven't found Weevil yet, so, so if this guy's walking this way, I guess we'll call out his. Are you bringing him to us or what?
Yeah.
No, follow me.
Oh. All right. Well, then
Yeah,
I'm gonna follow. I'm gonna follow him then.
I think it's
And you see like the eyes of these people just milling about, sort of on you as you enter, but they don't seem to be like, hostile or whatever. More
Not yet,
curious than
anyway.
anything.
Not yet.
the enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Okay, he continues walking.
All right.
Can I do a clone of me as I hide in the bush?
What do you want to do? A major image of yourself?
Yeah.
You can if you want, sure.
Would that alert anyone? Is that a hostile action?
I mean, she would have to do like a stealth check to see if anybody noticed her hide behind the bush while she conjures this image of herself.
Oh man,
But you could try if you want.
that'd be funny. No, I won't. I won't start anything. I have a feeling that if I did, people would blow up.
Okay.
Where's he taking us? Into this
Like
house?
there's this cottage thing is right here.
I see.
Mm-hmm.
And he walks in.